and then eat it is one of my greatest joys. And blueberries, look at how ripe and thick they are. By the way, why do they call them blue when they're purple?
Why do you have to be like that?
That's just, you know what, there's no blue foods.
No, I
Even
agree.
blue cheese is purple.
I agree. I don't understand it either. And it's like when you're feeling blue, do you turn that color?
Violet Beauregard did, if you remember Willy Wonka. Look at this.
They're beautiful.
Just to be able to walk out into your garden, and first of all, the smell of blueberries is intense, but to be able to pluck one or two off, or a pallet load.
Or a lot of them.
Yeah.
And this is the top producing blueberry. That's why it's called Top Hat.
Top Hat,
Top
okay.
Hat blueberry. And you're getting big. You go to the nursery, you can find them in small pots.
Right.
Look, 1 gallon pots. This is how big it is when it comes to you.
At
it's already
$33.33.
really woody, and this one's dormant right now, so it doesn't look, all fleshed out yet, but it will.
Yep.
And you're getting a pair of these in this collection. These do need a freeze. So if you live in an area where you don't get any freezing at all,
okay,
they're not for you. Let me just say that right up front. But it is the ultimate edible ornamental because it starts off with beautiful white flowers. Then you've got the beautiful fruit, and then in the fall, the foliage is fire engine red, even down in Mississippi.
That's gorgeous. And they are, again, your top producer in blueberries.
Yes.
These are new for this season. It's the very first day that they've ever been on Easy Pay, and that gives you 2 payments of $16.67. I'm going to recommend that people get more than one because you'll be feeding your neighbors with blueberries.
I'm telling you, I'd put up a wire fence. I'm not having that for a minute.
That's funny.
But if you want something, if you love blueberries and you go to the grocery store, they look good. Sometimes they're good, a lot of times they're not. They're mealy. And you also don't know who has had their hands all over them.
Yep.
And that, I can never wash it enough. And I'm thinking, I'm just kind of a little bit creeped out about this. So I like to grow my own blueberries myself. Same thing with strawberries. I like to do it that way too. The bushes are compact, 2 to 3 feet tall and about 2 feet wide.
There's the fall foliage.
Exactly, that beautiful bright red foliage. And that's what it does. But covered up in these blueberries, but in the spring, you've got the white bell-shaped flowers. Each flower turns into a blueberry, so no picking of the flowers, please.
Yep.
And this edible ornamental will be in your garden for years and years to come. My dad grew these down on our farm in Madison, Mississippi, and he had never been able to grow blueberries in the Deep South. And he was amazed because he got them, and I'm sure he was ready to call me the big fat liar. But anyway, he didn't get that chance.
Well, when my little girl, she was no longer little, was tiny, we would garden together and plant together. And teaching children where food comes from and the importance of caring about these plants just breeds a passion and a love with a kid. Your grandchildren are going to go nuts with this. Not to mention, there's no better muffin than a blueberry muffin.
And they'll love
blueberry
these,
pancakes.
But you said you hit on something. But it's about getting them to notice nature in general.
Yes.
You have to prime the pump, and the blueberry is a great way to go to get the kids out into the garden. Then they start to notice the butterflies, and then they learn to not be afraid of the earthworms, and all of those things that make life special because they keep you company when you're by yourself.
Gardening is good for the soul.
Yes, it is.
It is also cheaper than therapy.
Okay?
Yeah,
it is therapy.
Yeah. And to be able to plant something in the ground that is an explosion for more than just 1 cent.
Right.
For so much gardening is as much touch as it is sight. I'm colorblind. So when I see beautiful flowers, I don't think anything is diminished. If you're old enough to remember watching TV when it was black and white TV.
Not quite.
And
Yes.
a movie was just as emotional in black and white, I don't see color. But when I feel the dirt, that's a great sense. The sense of smell is there as well. But now we add taste.
You add the taste.
It's the full picture.
And I love, little Hazel that helps me garden. She's 10.
She's the best.
And she never liked blueberries because she had only had them from the store. She couldn't stand the texture. And we had these. I said, Hazel, you have got to try these. She loves the blueberries, but only from the shrubs that she and I planted. And you're getting 2 of these, 2 big 1-gallon pots. That's the fall look that you and I both love so much.
I agree.
You even get that fall color down in the deep south where you don't have a lot of fall color. So it's a great, great plant for you. Prolific blooms in early summer, medium-sized berries in August, but lots of them, and then that fire engine red foliage in the fall. You do need to freeze with these, but it is the ultimate edible ornamental, and pick up the acid fertilizer.
And by the way, if you don't know what a good blueberry should taste like, and it's not just taste, it is texture.
It is.
It should be juicy, but never soggy. It
Right.
should have a little snap to it when you bite into it.
These are the sorts of blueberries
And they're the
that you
right
can expect to have in your garden. You follow your growing guide, and you can expect to have blueberries that look like these. I just love blueberries. They're fresh, they're crisp. They say, good morning.
And there's a lot of antioxidants. It's a superfood.
Well, they just taste nice to me.
Yeah, they do.
I don't get too medicinal with it.
More and more of us have become much, much more concerned about the food that we eat.
Yes.
When you're growing it in your own backyard, you can't get fresher than that.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite plants. That's good stuff.
Yes, indeed. And if you want to know when these plants are going to ship fresh to your doorstep from our nursery at Cottage Farms, take a look at our zone map and pick